Okay, I think I'm gonna be done with this. I have a thought about adding the windows, but to do it and add that mainly the triangle piece, I need to get a piece up here, but because this piece separates right here from that, it's not gonna, I'm not gonna separate it unless I really don't plan to, but I like having the access to be able to easily open this and um, you know, just the way it's built, and I think overall it it works well enough like this. Um, I think the side skirts I'm going to leave. This is what I did with the front. Just basically flipped the original pieces or flip-flop those. Also, besides making them angle, everything angle out and down like that. And just added an extra plate in the back to push this forward. Um, I polished this out with some plastic polish that removes scratches and shines it up, and I need to do that to match, at least come closer to having the shine of most of the plastic around. Otherwise it's just too flat and dull, and that's an important part. um, let's see, I used part of the rear kit, added the extra tailpipes, and but the rest of this is fairly stock. I think I think the stock version only had this, and so they did something differently on that side. So that's the only difference there. I changed the tail lights so that they're clear and red instead of all amber. I also took out those pieces in here and with those slats of the vented covers and stuff, and just wanted to keep it clean and smooth. So I just replaced those with two 1x6 black. And what else? I think on the outside, that's pretty much it. On the inside, put this open. Um, I may make those more square, but for now, I'll just leave it. It's not a big deal. I think it'll look alright, but I definitely have to make this look wider. I don't like the way they tapered the angled pieces, so now it's just more straight across, which looks closer to how it should be in the back seat of the Golf. And in the dash, I basically did some work here so that I can add this extra piece here to make this look more, boxier, and that dash or console come out a little bit more to the center and then down, as it basically does in the actual car Golf. So I think that looks closer to. I wish I could put some gauge stickers in there, but I don't know. Maybe some other time if I can find something that'll work. But otherwise, I think as a shape, general form, that looks closer to how the Golf should look like inside, around the dash area at least. That part of it. It's pretty distinctive feature, design feature on the interior, and that's pretty much it. So again, maybe I'll make these headrests more square. Um, Again, it's because of the way this release. I don't think I'm going to try to add the black windows there unless I can think of some other way to do it, but I don't think I can because that piece that runs off of here to connect this would have to connect to this, and then that means this whole piece would be locked down. So I don't think I want to do that, at least not yet. Um, Maybe I'll add a VW badge. Maybe I might make these silver, just to make them pop more. Let's see if I can find some silver, like these disc things, and just test it out for fun and see if that actually looks better than the clear ones, which is kind of dull. But in real life, when I look at it around the camera, not through the camera, it actually looks better in person. Lastly, what else would I do? I think the hood is okay, but it's a bit plain, and there should be some distinct lines that you know, contouring, some edging that actually runs down the hood of the car. As you can see, like right there and right there. And well, I'm not going to cut out anything. I'm thinking of using, maybe I'll cut out like some sort of decal to put there just to represent that, just to break up the surface so it doesn't look so plain and flat. I don't think I'm going to do it in black unless I plan to do a really thin one to make like a pretend like hood line, you know, that where it would open up. I don't think that's as important as just adding that little something there. Probably in a similar red color, but like a shade off, just to make it look like it's, you know, not actually something different, but just to add that detail without making it like uh like it's something else. And I think that's about all I would do with this. You know, if I'm gonna add anything more and make any more mods to it. Oh, lastly, this display case had a little plaque here. You might have seen in perhaps in one of the early videos. It's just like a picture of the GTI, like basically like this cover here. As you see back here, but it's a small for the corner. I tried that with this in it, and it looks okay, but honestly, I felt, especially where it was right here, it blocks the portion of the front, and then when you try to look at it from this side, it's gonna block it even further. Just this extra like thing that sticks up and covers this corner, and the front is an important part of this car. So I decided to just leave it out because, you know, I know it's a Golf and it's not exactly the same representation as that picture. You know, it's not one for one anyways, and I think just being able to see it cleanly in here would just be better. And also it gets quite dark in here, especially after the color comes down. So I was thinking what I would do is occasionally if I wanted to display and just see it in the display case was a little bit more light, I got one of these. So it's adhesive. It's a little tiny LED light, disposable, but you know, what I was, and you just activate it by flipping the switch, and it turns it on. And if I put it on the inside, it's a bit of a spotlight, but at least you can see the car once the hood is the cover is closed. But I was thinking that I could let me turn this off. Maybe adhere this to like a square 2x2 tile, and then that way it's easy for me to attach to maybe somewhere right here. Stick it on there, and then when I need to, I flip this open, and this whole piece, and then I just flip this on, and then, or I can take it off and do it and stick it back on. But the idea was maybe just to have it just set here, and then all I have to do is just turn it on and just close it up like this, and then the light should light it up inside, right? So that's the other little mod that I would add to the overall display, which would be on the kind of on inside in there, just to help illuminate this model a little bit better. Unless I can find a better place where there somehow will be better lighting, but it's practically covered with solid black all around except for the very front. So probably not what I'm going to do. Or rather, that's what I'm going to do to help add some light. And if it dies, I got a pack of these. Just pull it off the tile and then stick excuse me, stick on a new one, and that'll be that. So yeah, pretty cool. Recommend this. Again, just with a few tweaks here and there, I think it looks a lot better. and maybe you might want to try that yourself. Right, thanks for watching. See you on the next project, wherever that might be.